Today, we hear directly from Black Americans observing the deportations of Somalis, Cubans, and Haitians. Check it out.
In this particular instance, when we are under attack, when this is a clear war and invasion going on, people start calling ICE. Start calling ICE. I don't give a dog. Start calling ICE. You know that these foreigners are not from your land. When you see these foreigners and you see them grouped up, call ICE. When you see them at their mosque and they're coming out by the hundreds, call ICE. When you see them gathered at these stores and they're in a round table talking, call ICE.
أنا معهم لأن دبي أنت اللي وضو باسبوركي ولا قاطي أنا سأوك جرا أنتو قفوا إمبسي لزال لكورو إلاك بغض لسؤال عند علي. I don't want to be here no more. I'm so tired of being here. This place. This is where I'm living. I'm so tired of it. It's just like I want to go back. I don't want to be here no more. I don't cut my hair. I don't shave. I don't do nothing. I just want to go back. It just gets bad here, man. I just don't want to be here no more. I pray to God just. I'm just tired of you guys talking about me and just always talking shit. You guys just don't even know how to just leave me alone. I'm just so tired.
Ilhan Omar is big mad. She's not talking with all that arrogance today. The largest welfare fraud scandal in all of America's history has happened in her district, Minnesota. So during that Democratic shutdown, the Republicans were working. Allegedly, the Somali community funneled fraudulent autism claims back to Somalia that goes into the accounts of Al-Shabaab, an Al-Qaeda terrorist group. So President Trump terminates the temporary migrant status for all Somalians. So let's talk about it. Allegedly, the Somalians found a way to exploit the HSS program of Minnesota. These funds were designated to autism, addicts, seniors, and those that needed help with housing. Word on the street, this program was ran loosely. Somali children are overly diagnosed with autism. They are enrolled in expensive social services programs. And then these inflated autism claims are submitted to Medicaid. I would say this is unbelievable, but this is happening in California as well. Within 4 years, the HSS program of Minnesota has increased from $3 million to $400 million.
Like, the racists are actually just jealous of Somalis because of how successful we became in a matter of one generation. And I was watching a lot of videos that are coming up on my For You page where people are saying, how come Somalis have nice cars and we don't? We've been here like how many generations? We were born here, our ancestors are from here, but Somalis drive nice cars. This whole thing is just making me realize is jealousy. They're jealous of our success because they expect us like to be at the bottom of the bottom, right? And then we come here one generation, we work hard, we save our money. And Somalis are not the only community that committed fraud, okay? We're not all committing fraud, okay?
I want y'all to peep game. Don't ever believe this bullshit ass story from any person from another country. This whole we work hard and save our money or this $5 and a dream bullshit. Don't ever believe that. When you hear anybody, no matter what race, from any immigrant group that came here after 1980 especially, that tells you this bullshit narrative about how hard work and savings and all of that is complete trash. See, there's a secret part of the United States government that most citizens are not aware of. It's existed ever since the Carter administration. It's called the Office of Refugee Resettlement. And this office is specifically dedicated to helping people who come here on protected status find housing, jobs, vehicles, get public assistance, get identity documents. You have a taxpayer-funded instrument of the United States government that is especially dedicated to helping certain immigrants get ahead. So never believe this shit when you hear this shit from anybody. So the next time you hear this shit from an immigrant, oh, well, my father or this relative came here with only $5 in their pocket, you need to ask them these questions. Okay, so you came here with $5 in your pocket. Where did you sleep at the first night? When you woke up the next day, how did you afford breakfast? Before you went somewhere to go get a job, if you only have $5, then how did you get the identity documents necessary to get a job here in this country with just $5? Where did you sleep at the next night? How did you eat dinner that night? You see how the bullshit ass narrative that a lot of these immigrants come with falls apart when you apply some logic to it. But this woman that made this video, complete liar, complete fucking liar. And I'm calling all of this shit out.
Idris Michelin moved to South Florida when he was just 3 years old. Now at 32, he's back in Haiti with his American wife. He says he committed a crime and now he's living the consequences.
I still don't feel like I'm home. I still feel like I'm just roaming. I feel uneasy.
For the past few weeks, Idris Michelin and his wife Yamil have been walking the streets of Haiti, trying to mentally accept that this is now home.
I lived in the country 30 years. I never got in trouble, but I made a mistake. My morals became corrupted.
Idris was deported after serving 25 months in federal prison and 9 months in ICE custody. He was convicted of getting an illegal PPP loan back in the summer of 2020. He was living in the United States as a permanent resident, graduated from Southridge High School, and went on to Miami-Dade College.
For all my Haitians out there, listen up. Trump decided to lever matin, li décide, comme ça, pas gen TPS encore. There will be no more TPS, temporary protected status, starting, commencer, February 3, okay? February 3rd, okay? No more TPS, which I might add affects over 250,000 Haitians. Affects a lot of them. Because a lot of y'all are here on TPS, pas bien TPS encore, okay? Tendez bien. And pour tout Haitien qui gagne green card la main, everybody that has a green card in their hand, Trump is now looking at your green card file and picking and choosing and voyo Haiti. They picking and choosing who they're gonna send back, okay? So for all my green card residents, ou à penser Trump pas qu'à faire, Trump leve la fait salve, ou tout mettre just à la paye ou, à dépio, pour avant, aller.
You guys, I just sat up here and watched a video about how some of the Haitian people have to get deported back to Haiti. And as a Haitian, I'm not gonna lie, it was extremely emotional, especially knowing how fucked up Haiti is at the current moment. And I don't know, it's just sad. Like, it's really sad that people have to be forced to be put in that type of predicament. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand that a lot of American people really don't care, because I'm seeing like a lot of, you know, back and forth where a lot of American people are saying like, oh, they don't even want them back in their country. Why do we want them here? First off, that's just a fucked up way to say just anything in general, because this is the land of freedom, the land of promise, and America is where everybody want to be. Why the fuck wouldn't y'all want them here? Like, who don't want to be in America? Let's just keep it a buck. But knowing that, you know, certain American people really feel that way, that's exactly why I say all black lives do not matter. Because 95% of the Americans that saying that shit is black African Americans. You get what I'm saying? But when the fight for black lives is going on in America, they're getting affected by white people and stuff of that nature, we as black Haitians have to stand behind them. Whoop-de-doo. You get what I'm saying? But when we're getting deported, it's just like, oh, whatever. They don't even want to be back in their country, so why should we want them here? That's like a fucked up way to think. But respectfully, that's exactly why a lot of shit is going the way that is going in this country. Because a lot of us don't even utilize our common sense anymore. We don't even utilize our emotions anymore. I feel like we're just all mentally fucked up in a lot of ways. To even think that it's okay to send someone back to a country like that. Like, our country is not safe. It's not safe. I'm from Cap Haitian originally, and I feel bad that my little town, I don't even know what to call it, but it hurts to know that Oka has to be so overpopulated. Like, it's so overpopulated over there. Like, it's someone that I know, Lord Jesus. My mom is supposed to be going to Haiti next week. It's someone that I know that's going there with my mom. This man doesn't even want to go back to Haiti. He does not. But he is preparing himself. He's literally deporting himself before they deport him. And I had to purchase his ticket. I'm not gonna lie, purchasing his ticket really broke my heart. It broke my heart. I felt fucked up. I feel like I'm sending him back. Just know, y'all, that this shit is effective in a lot of ways. I know a lot of us American kids, we might act like we don't give a fuck, but I don't know. Americanized or not, if you're a true Haitian and you're really born in Haiti, and sa pa kaze ke ou, mwen pa mèm konen ki sa pou mwen di ou, e pa moun ki leve ou, paske bagay sa si bagay pou ki kaze ke a ke nepot moun. I think that's all I have to say, y'all. I really gotta go wash my face now.
And
Latino people. The leopards continue to eat faces. Watch this video and I'll be right back.
So this Cuban man from where else but Florida just got deported, and not back to Cuba, but to a country in Africa. And by now I'm sure you can guess who he supported. Watch.
The man who immigrated to the U.S. from Cuba when he was 9 is on a hunger strike while in Africa, hoping to get the attention of the man he once supported.
He was very pro-Trump, super Trump supporter. How we go from one moment of me hugging my dad and being with him all the time and just being his little girl, and into he's just on a different country and just in prison for what? He did his time years ago. Why is he in prison?
The 58-year-old is one of at least 5 men sent to a maximum security prison in the Kingdom of Eswatini over the summer, a small country in Africa criticized for alleged human rights abuses.
I don't even know what to say to people like him anymore, because you're a super Trump supporter who thought he was going to get a pass with this rap sheet, and now you're on a hunger strike. Hermano, he sent you to Eswatini. He does not give a shit about you.
Cue the music. Yeah. What's crown? Keep it great. What's it about? I will vote to be deported. Oh my God, I will vote to be deported.
you feel proud to be American. Raise your hand. God bless America. I will vote for Donald Trump. I will vote.
Raise your hand, come on.
For Donald Trump. Dale cintura, 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 cintura.
Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote to be deported. Oh my God, that sucks. You didn't even get deported to your country of origin. They sent you all the way to Africa. Oh, Jesus. When you get on your knees for white supremacy, the leopards will always eat your face, you see. So maybe next time you'll join the black community in the fight, because ultimately, collectively, we have always been right.
So this is what I'm trying to understand here. What did Cubans who voted for Trump think? Did they think they were special? Did they think that Trump, who had been saying for months, even years, that TPS was not a legal way to come into the country, who thought that everybody from Latin America was munching of the government, who talked about the largest deportation in history, was going to just look the other way when it came to Cubans? Because what? Because they're special? These are the same Cubans that for a while kept talking about Mexicans and Central Americans and South Americans and saying that we were munching of the government for some weird reason, when most immigrants don't munch of the government because they don't even have a social security number. But well, I digress. The point is this. The guy told you straight up what he was going to do. And you thought you were exempt of whatever measure he wanted to take. And you didn't care about the rest of the people that were going to get hurt. And you still don't. And now you're crying on social media saying that they're illegally taking the people that he promised to pardon you if you had, like, some guys or say, like, if you had a college degree, then, or you were going to school. What do they think? That the rest of us don't have education, or that the rest of us don't speak multiple languages? We do. And most of us work hard and have an organized life. It's not like Cubans are the exception to everybody else. That's what happens. When you feel you're special like this, for no valid reason whatsoever, then when reality sets in, it feels like a brick right across your face. So you're in the find out phase. Because you guys voted for this, and you guys supported this. You guys supported a guy who put the embargo back on your island. And now the people that you have down there are suffering. Now you can't go visit him anymore. And on top of that, you're getting deported over there. So you voted for the guy who set up the embargo to send you back again to that embargo that you escaped from. So don't come crying.
For 5 centuries, the history of black people in the Americas has been shaped by a global system of slavery that stretched from the United States to the Caribbean to Latin America. Over 12 million Africans were taken from West and Central Africa and scattered across the Western Hemisphere. While only about 5% were brought to what is now the United States, the vast majority were transported to the Caribbean, Brazil, and the rest of Latin America. This global scattering created very different black cultures, identities, and political realities. Foundational black Americans whose ancestors were enslaved in the United States from the 1600s to 1865 developed a specific and unique identity because their struggle took place largely under a single colonial and national structure. Our culture, ranging from spirituals, blues, jazz, and hip-hop to the civil rights movement, became an open, documented, and transformative force throughout the world. In contrast, the Caribbean was shaped by a mix of British, French, Spanish, and Dutch colonial powers whose plantation systems were brutal and highly militarized. Rebellions were frequent, from Haiti's revolution to uprisings in Jamaica and Trinidad, but the constant changes in colonial rulers also fractured how history was preserved. Many Caribbean nations removed African-centered teachings from their schools long after slavery ended, leaving generations unaware of the influence that Black American abolitionists and activists later had on Caribbean independence struggles. Latin America, especially Brazil, received the largest number of enslaved Africans, yet embraced a different path after slavery. Many Latin countries promoted racial mixing ideologies while simultaneously advancing whitening policies that encourage people to identify with European ancestry and minimize their African roots. Even today, many Afro-Latin people are not taught the full truth about their African lineage or the depth of anti-Blackness within their own countries. This lack of historical education often leads to misunderstandings, distorted self-identity, and even internalized anti-Black attitudes. A major problem throughout the diaspora is that colonial systems deliberately attacked African memory. They banned African languages, punished African religions, rewrote school books, and encouraged Black people to form identities based on European approval rather than African truth. When people do not know their history, they become vulnerable to stereotypes, misinformation, and narratives designed to divide them from one another. This is one of the root causes of the tension, jealousy, competition, and disrespect that some Caribbean, African, and Afro-Latin individuals expressed toward foundational Black Americans. Part of this tension comes from the enormous global visibility of the FBA struggle. The Black American fight for civil rights, voting rights, desegregation, and equality became a world-defining force. The music, culture, political leadership, and resistance strategies of Black Americans influenced movements in Africa, the Caribbean, and Latin America. For some, this worldwide impact generates admiration, but for others, especially those who were not taught the true history, it can spark a sense of competition or even resentment. Complicating matters further, when significant Caribbean and African immigration to the United States began after the 1965 Immigration Act, many immigrants arrived already carrying colonial ideas about Black Americans. Many had been taught that Black Americans were lazy, violent, ungrateful, or culturally inferior, stereotypes created by European colonizers and exported worldwide through media and propaganda. Ironically, these immigrants were entering a country whose hospitality they gained only because FBAs had already endured centuries of suffering and fought for civil rights that opened the doors for all non-white immigrants. Yet this historical truth is rarely taught in the countries people migrate from. White supremacy has always depended on confusion. It praises immigrants as the good Blacks, uses them politically to undermine FBA-specific claims like reparations, and promotes a false narrative that Black Americans have contributed little despite centuries of forced labor and unmatched cultural impact. It is great to see the awakening happening among foundational Black Americans. It is definitely a new day. Tell me what you think about this topic. Hope you find the information in this video informative. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. Thanks for watching.